And in this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how we use a thermal imager to inspect the thermal boundary of the home. It is really important that the thermal boundary is intact so that we don't have radiant cooling of the warm air that we've already spent money on in the home. When we have a lack of insulation or improper installation of that insulation, that can create cold spots. It can create drafts due to, especially in the attic, when that air is dropping from the ceiling, that cold air drops and creates drafts, cold spots, and of course energy loss. So with the assistance of the blower door, I'm going to turn on the thermal camera and we're going to see what we can see in this house. We do not have an attic in this space here, so that's one thing that I kind of want to concentrate on just as an example of something that we can see even though we can't get actual access to it. So here I've identified an area where we do have a thermal break, where we may not have as much insulation as the other areas. It could very well also we have some air movement in that wall in that area. You can see where it's cooler above the cabinet, and I can show you with the thermal imager. There's a spot right in between those lights that goes all the way down to the cabinets, and that is a lack of insulation. So this means that in this area it's not as well insulated as the areas around it. So you may have more radiant cooling that can have an effect on the air movement in the kitchen, which may actually make the kitchen a cold spot. And that's how we can identify with the thermal imager where we have some of these cold spots. Here's another example of what we would use the thermal imager for, because I did not get up there with my smoke stick to identify any air leakage. We can also identify air leakage because of the signature that some of that gives off when we hook the blower door up and have the blower door running and that air is infiltrating in. Because I can't reach it with the smoke stick, I can use the thermal imager to actually identify where there may be air infiltration. In this case, right at the end of the joists, they are not sealed, and so we have air infiltration, and I'll show you that now. So I hope this helps give you an understanding about what it is that we're doing with the thermal boundary test and checking the insulation of areas that we can't see, assisted by the blower door and the thermal imager, allowing us to make recommendations on how to go about fixing some of those thermal boundary issues, which can lead to, again, air movement in the house, drafts, cold spots, and energy loss. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you soon.